Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Hayes Crew Outside. I'm Hayes Crew. It's Memorial Day weekend, so we're out doing a little bit of fishing. Going to have a cookout a little bit later. Wanted to thank all the servicemen and women out there that have served for America and their families. Families pay a price as well. Freedom isn't free. Really appreciate you. I hope the day's going well. Be safe out there. Come back to your loved ones. So let's get after it. We're out at the Dozier Bridge launch. It's a, some people call it a creek, some people call it a drainage ditch, but the tide is coming out. It's mostly fresh water, a little bit of brackish depending on what the tides are doing. It's only about 6 feet deep. If you have a kayak, if you have a canoe, great place to put in. Again, the Dozier Bridge launch in Virginia Beach. It's fantastic. Every type of wildlife you can imagine: snakes, turtles, deer up along the banks, catfish, tons of carp, pickerel. I've caught bass, lots of bass. Haven't caught any big ones yet, but there's tons of them. Great thing is it's maybe, I don't know, 20 yards across, 6 feet deep at its deepest, and there's nothing but logs and structure all the way down. Great place to fish. I'm using top water today, but let's find out. It's early. I got to get back to the house again, having that cookout, wife and child. Going to be a good day. Again, thank you, dog. So I'm in the section from Dozier Bridge launch to Holland Road Bridge, and it's, again, at best it's 6 feet deep. It's probably going on about 5.5 foot right now. Coming in, I put out a bunch of jugs, or as I call them, pool noodles. You see the empty bucket right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drift down. It's an outgoing tide. Drift down to them and see what I caught. I've got boilies. I got homemade boilies. I've got store-bought boilies. I wanted to see which one would catch more fish. I've got shrimp, and I've got on my big noodle, I've got the cut bait. And again, there should be carp in here. Should be catfish. I've seen some monster carp. It's springtime, so they're probably spawning. They don't feed a whole lot when they're spawning, but tons of fish. I've caught bass here before, further down. I caught one bass in this stretch last week when I was checking it out, but it was really low tide. It gets about 3 to 4 feet deep at low. So it's outgoing, missed the high tide, just didn't get up in time, but it's still a decent tide. I'd say it's about a half foot off what it would be at high tide. Lots of structures, as you can see, using some top water. One of my favorites is the Rapella Torpedo. I've got a red and white one. For some reason, red and white is always my best colors. But beautiful day, as you can see. Tide is really kind of busting ass. A little breezy, but not too bad amongst the trees. And I think I like my chances. So let's get after it. So this body of water is technically called West Neck Creek, which then drains into North Landing River over down towards Back Bay. Pretty wild area. If you got time and want to make a day trip, highly recommend it. They've got a boat dock at the end of that Pungo Ferry Bridge. Take a day and a half, have at it. Awesome kayak trip. That's the great thing about coming to a new spot. I bring my pool noodles. I put every type of bait known to man out there. Lure. See what's in here. Makes it harder to get skunked. Nothing worse than getting skunked on a fishing trip. Again, I'm out here. Yeah, I fished parts of the lower half of this before. I'm on the upper half, and I've seen some really big fish up in here, and I wanted to make sure I got a hold of that. Yeah, look at that thing move around. So today I'm using shrimp. I've got cut bait. I've got boilies, homemade boilies, and I have a store-bought boilie. I wanted to find out which one was better. I've got the homemade boilies on the red noodles, and I have the store-bought boilies on the orange noodles. Using a smaller circle hook for the carp, obviously, and the boilies should be good for catfish too, so it'll be interesting to see what we're catching on it. By far not an expert when it comes to making boilies or bait, stuff like that, but it is fun trying out new things. Getting ready to make one that actually has fish food in it. I was kind of curious about that, so I'm making up the dough, mix in some fish food. In theory, seems pretty good, but we'll find out. Yeah, buddy. That's moving around pretty good down there. On my next episode, I'm going to be going down the Intracoastal Waterway from Chesapeake down to the North Landing Park. Please like and subscribe. Check it out. It's going to be a good one. Only problem with fishing with, and it's a good problem to have, pool noodles, is if you're out there trying to catch something on rod and reel, if the fishing's good, you're going to spend more time on the pool noodles. Yeah, that thing's going back and forth, back and forth. Trick with pool noodles in Virginia, or jugs, there's tons of different regulations all over the state, different states. We're in Tidewater, Virginia. So here you got to keep them in sight. You got to have your name, phone number, address, all that good stuff on it. Not supposed to leave them overnight. So I keep them in my bucket and usually bring about 10 or 12 of them, throw them in. And today I'm able to work my way down. I put them in as I was going upstream, just let the current take me down. Well, guys and gals, that's a decent sized catfish right there. Always got to watch out for these barbs. Man, those are big barbs. Boop. Let's see. Not bad. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Yep, he's doing just fine. Well, that's one on the peppercorn and molasses. Little circle hook. Always go noodle first. Then sinker. And keep the hook in your hand. That way it's not digging into your leg as you throw the sinker out. Uh-oh. This one's got a little size to him. Where'd you go? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's caught up on the log. Well, that's 2 on the daggone. Well, boilie's not doing too well. The good thing about the store-bought boilies is they stay on the hook better. Little dab. All right. Good to go. Whoa. Well, the bait's gone. Again, this was the homemade boilie. See, it's more bread-like. See, it just crumbles right off the hook. Oh, what have we here? All right. Man, that's a good haul so far. Haven't been here a half hour. I've already got 3 catfish. Now, this one was on the homemade boilie. Oh, watch out for them spines. See how that circle hook goes right in there? That's exactly what you're looking for. You want your line to be a little tight. You want a decent sized sinker on the bottom so that sets right in there. No teeth really, so, but they do have strong jowls, so I wouldn't put your finger in there. Come on. There we go. There's spines. Watch out for them spines. These little things will stab you quick. That's edible right there. Ooh. You know it's when it's a big one when they're dragging your noodle all over the place. They've got pretty heavy weights on the end of them. I'm not using bricks or anything, but decent sized sinkers. So if they're moving it on a consistent basis, that should be a nice size cat. Or could be a gigantic turtle, which there's plenty of those here, and I don't eat turtle. Let me rephrase that. I've never eaten turtle. Wouldn't mind giving it a shot, but it seems like an awful lot of work to cook it up. So usually I just set them free. We'll see. I do like frog legs. They're pretty good so long as someone's preparing them for me. Go to a restaurant. Still a few down in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, that serve frog legs, which are really, really good. Oyster Bar. If you're ever in North Carolina, Elizabeth City, Moyock, there's a restaurant down there called the Oyster Bar. Really good. Oysters, clams, shrimp, frog legs, you name it. There it is. I was like, man. They do like their fish. Caught this one on the cut bait. That's about it for today, guys and gals. Heading home. Memorial Day weekend. Got to hang out with the wife and daughter. Beautiful day, and I've got grill duty. To the men and women of the armed services, thank you very much for your service. You know, it's Memorial Day, but we like to thank you all the time. When you're in some other country, out to sea, you know, really allowing us to do what we do. Again, I'm sitting here fishing. I don't have to worry about someone invading. Really appreciate you. And to the families, you know, your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son, some other foreign country may not be as friendly. We appreciate that too. You know, again, my family's very grateful. My dad was in the Army. My grandfather was Navy. My wife's dad was in the Army. You know, fortunately they made it back. Not everybody does, so it's, you know, it's personal. It's something. In any case, beautiful day. Get back out there. Thank you for watching. Hey, Screwed Offside.